The December floods caused millions of dollars in damage across the state, including at our farms.
That is why the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture is in Maine today, meeting with Representative Shelley Pingree, talking about some financial help for our farmers. News Center Maine's Jack Mohammed is live in Portland, where that meeting took place this afternoon. Hi, Jack.
Hey, Brian and Chloe, that's right. Well, the secretary and representative not only met with each other, but they also met with representatives from each part of Maine's iconic agricultural industries, from aquaculture to logging. And as you'll see in this upcoming report, they also met with representatives from Maine's dairy industry. It's Monday morning, and with a storm that just passed and another on the way, the Hartkoffs are working hard to prepare.
The weather is it's funny.
Doug Hartkoff says the unusually rainy 2023 set them back with feeding their cows good quality hay.
We're suffering from quantity, definitely quality. Weather, it makes us question, to continue. There's no question about it. We're just thinking, gee, we've got to build another building, And
A new building, he says, because
blew right away.
He's facing an expensive problem.
And about a half hour after that, we heard this huge gust of wind. And that's when the barn just literally exploded. And it all happened in 5 minutes.
The massive wind and rainstorm from December destroyed one of his barns, dismantling any hope of these next couple weeks going normal for the farm. Metal panels destroyed, wood splintered, and the cows relocated. It leaves this dairy farmer in an industry that has already seen setbacks question everything.
I've been here working hard for 33 years, and it's like, I think this has kind of reached our limits as far as what we want to do, because we saw what happened and we knew to rebuild was going to be a serious endeavor.
Thinking about throwing in the towel, the community of Albion stepped up. And now
we said, we're going to give it a whirl, think about rebuilding something, a smaller scale, if we can do it. It's going to at least take all our insurance money and probably more.
But it's a good bet. The Hartkoffs aren't the only ones in Maine looking at hard decisions. The ongoing threat of climate change in Maine, where temperatures will be more extreme with fluctuating drought and rain, makes one of Maine's most iconic moneymakers a risky business.
Encouraged us to take a look at.
And that's why the U.S. Department of Agriculture Secretary is in Maine, looking at possible solutions to help farmers hit hard by the December storms.
It's important for us to understand the opportunities that we're now creating for multiple revenue streams.
Hosting a roundtable with various different kinds of people who represent different parts of the farms in Maine.
No question about it.
Back in Albion, Doug Hartkoff says money to build climate-resilient barns and infrastructure would help him out.
The community has been incredibly supportive. I mean, you think you're out doing this by yourself, but when disaster strikes, it's been really gratifying.
And the Secretary's office is also in town here for Maine's agricultural trade show. Now, the Secretary ended his briefing here with a message that said it's meetings just like this with people who are involved in Maine's agricultural industry that could shape policy and financial decisions in D.C. For now, we're here in Portland. Jack Mohammed, News Center, Maine.